good to go. Time for part 2 of Playoff Sunday as Atletico Madrid take another crack at Ultimate League glory by trying to take on a former champion in Aston Villa, hoping to once again reenact 2024. They're going to have to do with no home advantage in the first 2 rounds, like they did last year, as we welcome you to a 32-degree filled Wanda Metropolitano here in the capital of Spain. And Atletico face off versus the villains. It's the Dark Arts versus the villains, pretty much. That's the talent for this game. It's the first time that Atletico have actually got a home advantage in the playoffs. Their last 2 trips in 2025 and 2022 all ended away from home, and all started away from home as well. '21 as well versus Spurs. I can also recall they did not make 2020, so many of the 2024 finalist team from Aston Villa start today. There's still that magic for Unai Emery's side. Yellow Black starts in goal. Hanko and Pubal as the centre-backs. No Jose Maria Jimenez. Alvarez and Griezmann up top. No Alexander Sorloth either. And Animal Lookman has replaced Alex Baena on the bench. As for Aston Villa, Martinez is in between the 6. Digne, Torres, Consa and Castro back 4. Tillemans and Onana double pivot. Buendia and McGinn on the wings with with Ollie Watkins in the centre. Pretty much the exact same team as the Europa League final, but without Victor Lindelof. So, 3 down, 3 to go. Off we go. Villa immediately blast the ball out of play as we get the first round, match 4, up and underway. Indy's loving it. Atletico being the press early, but Rogers wins it back. He could have the first chance of the game here for Villa. Let's go for Buendia. There's to Watkins! And we know the earliest opening goal of the playoffs so far. What a chance that was, just not even 2 minutes in. And we're very impressed by his team's strong start. And McGinn goes diving in. That's a careless challenge. Onana gets beat by Lookman. Still to score his first Ultimate League goal. Barrios looks for Griezmann in what could be his Atletico Madrid swan song tonight. Okay. Good save, Martinez. As the Villa captain gets shown the first yellow card. And Atletico Madrid have a corner setting up. Diego Simeone still going strong. 15 years Atletico manager now. Swung in. Griezmann flicks on, and I think it was Barrios. No, sorry, it wasn't. It was definitely Pubal. Flick on for no one. Koke. Griezmann. Here is Pablo Barrios. And then Alvarez tries to sweep it past his international teammate into the top corner. No chance for him. Torres. Onana. Very exciting game between these two at Villa Park in the regular season. 2-2 it finished. Buendia. And Rogers. Gone in between 2 Atletico defenders there. Smart stop by Jan Oblak. Easily caught. Alvarez sends Lookman on his bike. Comes across and dispossesses him with absolute immaculate ease. Onana. Rogers for Tielemans. Digne. Rogers. Dear to Digne again. Here's Rogers again. And that's cut out by Koke. I mean, Aston Villa have made a meteoric rise this season from how it started when they couldn't score a goal for anything. Losing 6 pointers to Lazio in week 6. And now look at them. Spearheaded by Ollie Watkins. 33 goals in just 24 games. Here's McGinn now. Chance of opening up for Villa. They want Watkins. Of course they do. But Shadas's that early volley. And that's going nowhere. Rogers. Here is John McGinn. Into Matty Cash. Finds Onana. Tielemans from distance. Immediately blocked by Barrios. Here's Lookman. Conso once again. Chasing after him. Swings it. Digne will get the nod on. Griezmann. Back it goes. And Llorente with a speculative effort. Martinez is a parrot behind for the corner. Terrific stop. Alvarez. For Heiko! Free header. And the power can't beat Martinez. Buendia to Rogers. And still Buendia. Tielemans. Rogers for Onana. In away. Llorente. This was Barrios' Koke. Gary. And Griezmann. Alvarez. Chasing the Villa defence. There goes to Barrios. Still Alvarez. 1-1-2 that is. And he should have scored. Pau Torres sleeping at the back. Another wasted chance. That's Lookman's ball in. Away only as far as Alvarez. Hanko. Tricky feet. Begins Cash. And Torres leaps over his opposite number. And will win the ball back for Villa. Tielemans. Here is Onana. To Cash. Again to Onana again. Rogers. Tielemans. Watkins. Buendia. Rogers got to score. And does. Aston Villa open the scoring. Through a nice cold Morgan Rogers finish. They waited the time. Watkins with a hold-up play into Buendia, slips through. Morgan Rogers, on my word, does he take this? Smash past Oblak. One 0 Just under half an hour played. And Atletico have been struggling as of late. A 4-3 loss to Chelsea and then a 1-1 draw to bottom of the league Atalanta to round things off here at home. Doesn't spell good news for him. Meanwhile, Aston Villa have been on top form. Begin. Watkins swing, delivers it. Look for Rodgers' head. Not to be, All Black claims. Griezmann just gets levelled there by Pau Torres. Into Rodgers. Let's get looking to exploit that defence. That's looked rather shaky in recent weeks. Watkins going to get turned away from Pubel. Tielemans. Now Morgan Rodgers. Nice the 1-2 to Rodgers! And the goal was gaping, really. Plenty of space on the left side for him to shoot. Just a wrap it into the far corner. No dice. Goes well, Atletico. This is Giuliano Simeone. Yet to really see the ball. Look at this Aston Villa press. It's magnificent work. It's caused Atletico a lot of problems, which they do finally evade. But then they run into a brick wall known as Amadou Onana. And they'll try again. And give it to Lookman. Down the sideline he goes, using his pace, finds Alvarez. And lets it go for Koke. Suppose it went for Griezmann. This is a lovely Atletico move. Could need a finish. Pau Torres being the bane of Anton Griezmann's existence in the minute. Watkins makes one man miss. Into Buendia. Stays outside. Still Buendia. Corner. That is the deciding goal. Morgan Rodgers. So Cash will swap wings here for a second. And deliver an in-swinger. And it goes. Watkins! Very nearly. Headed home a second. Hanko. Koke does really well. It's a Barrios. Here's Alvarez. He's got to time his run. And he does. He's got 2 to aim for. He needs some better support. Gets to the edge of the box with Koke. There's Alvarez. Can he hold up in the box? He can, but Tielemans is causing all sorts of ruckus. Ruggieri dives out of position. They're looking to break. And they do. As Rodgers takes over from McGinn on the right-hand side. Got 9 in the centre. He might try and go alone here. What a run this could be from Morgan Rodgers. Something in his tracks. And then Ruggieri. That's been a whole car heap. What on earth happened there? It seems he wanted revenge. And he will also go into the book. I mean, look at how these guys landed. So just for the break, Aston Villa could knock home a misery compiler for Atletico. Dinya really does whip one. Looking for Tielemans. It's overhead. His head. Buendia. Still Dinya. Again. Buendia up against Llorente. Dinya's ball in. And it's held by Jan Oblak. Onana, really frustrating. Get on the end of it. So that is the reason why Villa got the nose in front of the half-time break. 1-0, Morgan Rogers slotting home with just half an hour played. Atlético looking for a fight back. It's been the case of many teams. Aston 8.4. He's having a fantastic game. Just needs to get a finishing touch in the final third. Other than that, it's been really average from Atlético. Villa have had much better performance. Well, despite the, the match looks pretty even. It is still Villa in front, but Atlético can definitely fight their way back into this. The second half is underway here in Madrid. Llorente. This is Griezmann. Barrios to Koke. Lookman. Alvarez wanting Lookman again. Miscommunication there by the Atlético forward line. Onana to Rogers. Intercepted by Mark Pubel. All Black clears. Alvarez wins the header. That is a discovery. Koke. Griezmann. Oh, what is that from Alvarez? Why is he even passing back to begin with? Can Villa exploit this? What is Hanko even on? He bombs begin off the ball, then charges down Tielemans and just takes out his ankle. There's claims that could be more than just a yellow card. What? That's a very lenient referee, I must say. I'm not trying to be biased, but I'm just saying. And then again, how can I be biased? Because I predicted this team to win the league. Conser. And now it's a Cash. Lovely ball for Watkins to get on the end of it. And can make up for the foul. Onana. Oh, that's magnificent from the Belgian international. True playoff quality. Again. Aston Villa teasing. Still got it. Still Rogers, Atlético pressing and digging for a chance to counter. And they'll get it. We'll get it to Lookman. He's got to find this pass quick. And they must thread at least 5 of them to get to that box. Alvarez, Lookman dives forward, and Lookman actually has a lane of goal here. And Lookman off the post and back into Martinez's grasp. And Atlético cannot believe their bad luck. Now they can build the other way. They win a throw-in. Much better though from Atlético. From an attacking standpoint. So close to equalising. Tielemans. Wouldn't that be a sucker punch? Simeone. Barrios to Griezmann. Alvarez. Barrios gets knocked on the ball by his own player. There is not really much cohesion in this Atlético side, is there? First of the game warmed up for Aston Villa. As Koke, once again, loses the ball very carelessly. Watkins. Hanko's going to get across here because Pupil is not doing much. Oblak's going to come out. He does not. That is why you do not let the most lethal striker in the league at the minute. Double Villa's advantage just like that. I don't know what on earth this Atletico back five is thinking, but that was absolute putrid defending. Credit to Watkins for the finish, though. He still has a lot to do. Aston Villa, 2 to the good. Atletico Madrid in serious, serious trouble. Rogers. That's Barros going in the book. And then Ruggeri's just passed it out for a corner. What are Atletico even playing at? Do they even want to be here? Villa making this look easy now. And it's not like they learned, Atletico. Both the goals have been through runs through the defence into the box. All Blacks don't come out. And it's just been smashed in the back of the net. And nearly a third as Pau Torres leapt into the sky. That Villa stuff has still not come on. Llorente. Still Marcos Llorente. We'll be there. Remember, the winner of this will face... will face Sporting Lisbon. And it goes... Oh, no! 3-0! And it does look like we are heading to the Estadio Alvalade. I mean, he gets a half bit of space here off Ugari, who has been caught in no man's land. Oblak sees the danger too late. Onana's towering over him, and my word, what a header that is. Bullet. Game, set, and match. And with 20 minutes left, you pretty much will feel like that is curtains, surely. A real disastrous performance at home. It's probably the first time there's also history that this has ever happened, but it looks like all three away first round sides in a bracket are going to go through. Oh, what about that? Emil Badia puts a nice little cherry on one big playoff win cake. This is sublime. And it comes out of nowhere. Tielemans with a nice spray pass into his path, and he doesn't even look at the goal, really. Just belts it perfectly. First time volley. Little kiss off the post. You can't do it any better. Three goals in the space of 10 minutes have all but sealed their place in the quarterfinals. And they will stay in Iberia. I'll take a trip to their noisy neighbours in Portugal. Griezmann. Here is Lutman. Over the top it goes for Alvarez to volley one, and that practically sums up the game for Atletico. They've not had many chances, especially in the second half. And they've been rushed and very off colour. Aston Villa putting on a clinic in a minute, and that sub has still not come on. Onana. Into Cash. Watkins. Rodgers. Onana. What a move this could be for 5. It very nearly was. Atletico's defense is turning into a bunch of turnstiles. As Buendia signs off with that volley, replaced by Jadon Sancho. Was that a bit of a renaissance since signing for an enemy's men? Torres, that's wide. Yeah, the booze definitely raining down now, and the stadium begins to empty out. Plenty of pockets of red seats. Lookman into Alvarez. Simeone. On the 1-2 of Barrios, swings one, looking for Coque Innocenti. Will find him, but the header has no direction, and it's straight at Martinez, and that is another chance that has faded away. I thought we were going to get something at least. Watkins. Here's John McGinn. Trying to build up his goal for Scotland yesterday. And Onana comes off. On comes Douglas Luiz to replace him. Torres with another glancing header over the bar. Also, for his defensive performance today, he should definitely deserve at least 1. Looks like Martinez could be the first keeper in the playoffs so far to keep a clean sheet. Fine Atletico sub. We are 84 minutes into this match. Johnny Cardoso replaces the captain Coque. If that doesn't make a statement, I don't know what will. Konsa leaps over Griezmann. Sancho. Rodgers, big challenge there by Puel. Tillman spreads it wide from again, though, as the Villa assault continues. Another sub for Villa. Lookman finally get a bit of a service. Barrios. Once Griezmann, you'll find Lookman. Back to goes to Griezmann. Huge block, Pau Torres. He is the Frenchman's nightmare in the minute. Sancho to Tielemans. Watkins can make it 5. Goes wide from again into Sancho. That would have been some insult. 4 minutes of stoppage time. Sancho, Buendia. Watkins. Poked towards Oblak. Just decimation of Atlético Madrid's promising season. Full time. And one of the most dominating playoff performances I have ever seen comes to a close as Aston Villa show their playoff might once again. And Atletico, for the second year running, are out in the first round as the Villains march on to a very unlikely venue going into this little tournament. They head to Lisbon, where 10th place Sporting will host a quarterfinal matchup versus Villa for a chance to play in the semi-finals. Final score, Atlético 0, Aston Villa 4. Wow. Just wow. The villains blew their opponents away. Buendia man the match. 4 goal contributions, 3 assists for him. Add to that a goal for himself, and what a well-taken goal it was. Tillman's also managed to assist. Well, yeah, he assisted Buendia, didn't he? Of course. I mean, as for Atletico, we've got to check this out. I mean, look at that. Hanko, who got a yellow card, was their best player. Then Barrios with a 7.7. He definitely dropped off in the second half, I will not deny. But the rest were completely terrible. Even when they switched formation, it looks like, yeah, Lookman there, Simeone. Griezmann was playing as a 10, occupying the centre mids. Nothing was working. Really, really poor. So they'll have to try again in 2027 as Aston Villa get another chance at maybe a second ultimately title. You never know. They could do it again from an even weaker position to start off with. They finished 6th in the year that they won it all. So there was a slight chance they could have done it. So that is going to do it for the right side of the bracket. We'll focus more on the left side tonight and tomorrow night. And we will say adios for now from Madrid, Spain. We'll catch you over all the way 100 miles east in Catalonia.